BioShock is one of the games that people buy when you have an Xbox. When you think of gaming, you think of it as a bit dull and boring combat first shooters. But for the first time in a very long time, some developers called 2K Marin, or what they used to call Irrational Games, developed one of the greatest games in 2007 called BioShock, an underwater city gone completely into havoc. But that's a different story. The gameplay, graphics and everything combined beautifully to make this one of the greatest games ever put on the Xbox market. The story is all about a protagonist character that you play that has suffered from a plane crash in the mid-Atlantic. You for some reason find a lighthouse and you actually go to it, and you basically go into the submarine that takes you into Rapture. It doesn't seem as holy and amazing as it seems at first. You encounter many strange things. For example, that people are mutated to some sort of degree and that they fight you so that they gain a thing called Adam. Now Adam's pretty important in the city because it gives you powers and it's a kind of currency in that respect so that people can get more mutated and a lot stronger. It basically destroys your genetic DNA of some sort of degree. Your character gets to use the ability to use plasmids as demonstrated before, and also a combination of different weapons. But, like I said, pretty strange. The story is extremely fascinating, and what happens to the protagonist is also quite beyondingly unimaginable. I highly recommend not just playing it, just actually listening to the story is quite amazing. The sound design is absolutely amazing, from the shrieking of splices to the bullet sounds made from a gun. It is absolutely amazing what can be done here with the sound design. Also, just because it's from 2007 does not necessarily mean it looks bad at all. In fact, it looks amazing compared to games like Fallout 3, where really it's more about gameplay more than style. The style here is amazing, and it does really get you into a great atmosphere, especially when you're playing video games like this. Because there's some video games which just don't collaborate very well with graphics and sound. And here it does it perfectly and creates one of the moodiest atmospheres ever in gaming history. And definitely outranks itself from other games. This is not like your very own normal average first-person shooter, because unlike the other games, you can't throw objects at other people using plasmids. Now, like I said before, plasmids, atoms, they make some sort of combination that allows you to get very aggressive and angry with other people or with enemies in general by throwing stuff at them or electrocuting them or turning them to flames. There's a variety here. There's so much choice in this game, it's just not even fun. You also have the normal weapons that you get, like pistols, shotguns, and you can even have a flamethrower, which is very interesting sometimes, but can get a bit messy in some sort of degree. Now, the enemies in this are stupid, but intelligent in a way that they react to your surroundings, like you can electrocute them into pools, and then they will all get electrocuted and die. You also have to face Big Daddies, which are the toughest enemies in any video game. They're tough, and they will take a lot of force just to put them down. And the reason why you need them is that they carry little sisters that carry Adam, and you need Adam to survive in Rapture. It's not a walk in the park. Despite BioShock being about 4 or 5 years old now, it is still a great game to play. In fact, sometimes it's better than its predecessor, because it never gets old and never gets boring. Great sound design, great enemies, great graphics, great everything. It is one of the best games to buy at the moment. There are some glitches every now and again, but it is a great game. So from us, we give it a solid 9.5 out of 10, which is by far a game I highly recommend. I hope you've enjoyed my review, and we'll hope to be making another review on BioShock 2. An interesting game with an interesting concept. Tell us what you think of this game and give us your suggestions. For now, goodbye.